Yo, what's going on, guys? The new patch dropped today, which means we have new content to explore. I have been incredibly stoked for this update. It's finally here. I was so stoked, in fact, that I actually brought real gear 6.1 with a cape. I'm about 250 IP stronger than usual, feeling very strong. I must say, the content, the update, it does not disappoint. The content has been fantastic. The loot has been good. Even the PvE fame in these new dungeons, very, very good. I will say that outside of the actual dungeons, the update is fairly lackluster. So make sure that you get to the mists and find your way to a dungeon. Let's check it out. Now, once you're geared up and ready to go, just head to the mists, and then you'll just need to find a dungeon entrance. They are relatively easy to find. You can see them on your minimap. They look like this, and the reveal radius is roughly that of a crystal spiderling, but a little bit bigger, so they're not too difficult to find. It is important to mention that only one person can enter per entrance. So you're going to be joining people from other mists when you enter the dungeon, and then when you leave the dungeon, you go back to the mists, but it will be a different dungeon. Once you're inside the dungeon, there is a lot to do. Mostly you'll be fighting your way through mobs to earn either buffs or chests. The loot from the chests, from my experience, has been pretty good. The buffs are good as well. They will help you in PvP whenever your health falls below 40%. Some of them give you an attack bonus, some of them give you a health bonus or health restoration. My favorite though is the Blessing of Justice. Below 40% health, it activates a speed boost, which is pretty strong. Like I said, this is my favorite of the buffs because it acts almost like an undead cape. It's like an escape mechanism that you can use to get away if the fight does not go your way. So with that said, targeted purge becomes even more important with this update because otherwise you're going to lose kills to people who have this buff. So Fiend Cowl is paramount if you're really going to take this content seriously. Along with the new dungeons, there were new items released as well. Avalonian capes, Brecilien capes, and a couple of new owl mounts. Of the new items, the only thing I have tried out is the Brecilien cape, which you can see here in this fight. When the purple orb activates there along with my hunter hood, it absorbs most of the damage from his E. So this is synergizing very well with hunter hood, very well with battle axe, and I'm now recommending it in this kit. This patch is really targeted at creating more content and better content, and it does a great job, if you ask me. It forces us into closer proximity and more vulnerability because we're all fighting mobs because it's lucrative to do so within this dungeon, and of course you're accumulating the buffs along the way. So it really fuses PvP and PvE together in a very attractive way. This is how Albion was meant to be played, if you ask me. This is how the mists should have been designed from the get-go. This is a very good upgrade to the current mists, and this is where I'm going to be spending most of my time in the dungeon enjoying this content. All in all, the SBI development team really did a good job with this patch. The new content is good. The balancing is good. I'm glad they reduced the strength of Hunter Hood, especially now that it combos so well with the Brecilien Cape. It would just be unimaginably strong if they hadn't reduced the Reflect. So I'm glad they did that. Oddly enough, I've been hearing a lot of negativity just in the Albion chat. People seem to be less than enthused. I don't know what the deal is. It's been, from my experience, incredible. Maybe they're doing it in the yellow zone. I don't know. I recommend just going to black zone, find real content. But the community is incredibly active. You can find some dope content now. So if you haven't already enjoyed this, I urge you, go out there, have some fun, don't waste any time.